Hey everybody, Nate Lee here, and I have a really cool Stuart Duncan lick for you. This is my favorite Stuart Duncan lick, and it comes from one of my two all-time favorite fiddle breaks I've ever heard anywhere of all time. And this one comes from the track Follow the Drinking Gourd on Bill Evans' album In Good Company. And it has this lick. That thing, I just defy you to play it without raising at least one shoulder. It's just the coolest lick. So neat. And I'm going to show you how to play it. And it was the first, I think, lick that I ever learned that was, I call them licks that go my first like really fancy lick I ever learned. Maybe the second. My first was this one. All that stuff. But when I learned this lick, I just couldn't stop playing it. And I haven't been able to stop playing it ever since. So I'm going to show you exactly how to play it note for note, and make sure to stick around to the end, because at the end I'm also going to show you how to make this lick make sense so that you actually know how to use it, and how to create licks like this on your own so you don't just have this one lick to use in one specific spot, but instead you totally understand the concept. So make sure to watch to the end so I can show you how to do all that. But before we get started, I have a big announcement, which is that there is a new fiddle workshop starting July 24th. It's another 3 Monday workshop. We're going to have 3 60-minute sessions all on Monday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's called the Fiddle Chop Shop. And I cover all the different chopping related backup things that are out there. All the things you could want to know, and some things you don't even know exist, quite likely, that are really fun to play. And we tend to think of the chop as being very limited to things like the up chop or the bluegrass country chop. But we're going to cover so much more. We're going to cover things for all of you traditional bluegrassers out there. You can do your 𝘀𝗴𝗽𝗽𝐽 and all that kind of stuff. And for those of you who are into more progressive bluegrass or mash grass, all that, you can learn to chop with your mean face on. And then we're going to cover all the stuff that you're going to use to chop at your jam with your friend who calls that Grateful Dead song, or the one who always wants to play something by the Eagles. You're going to have chops to fit that. You're going to have chops to fit funky stuff, jigs, just all kinds of different stuff. If you've got friends that want to play some David Grisman music or some space grass or something like that, you'll have some chops for that as well. It covers all kinds of different stuff in just 3 sessions. So make sure to check that out. The link is down below. We start July 24th, and it is all recorded. So if you can't make any of the sessions, if you could make none of the sessions even, you can still take the class, because you will get lifetime access to the video. It's a lot of fun. A bunch of you who watch my channel have been to a bunch of those. Thank you for doing that. I'm looking forward to seeing you in this one. All right, so now for the part you've been waiting for, the lick. Now this is a lick that almost made it into my Fiddle Licks That Changed Everything class. And the only reason it didn't make it is it didn't fit in with everything else. It's so different from everything else. So this is a bonus lick for those of you who took that class and for those of you who watch my YouTube channel. And let's just jump right in. It's an A minor lick, and it's going to have a lot of notes on a down bow followed by a whole lot more notes on an up bow. So on the down bow, we're going to do this. Now, for those of you who have seen my landing from the air video, then you know how to do this landing from the air thing that I'm doing. If you haven't seen the video, go check that out. I'll have Hazel put up a link to the video around here somewhere. You're going to want to be able to do this landing from the air for this lick. So all on one down bow, I'm going to give you note names first, then finger numbers. So all in one down bow, we're going to play C, A, C again, open E, G, and A. And do that landing from the air. And if you don't know how to do the landing from the air yet, it's all right. You can just land your bow and do this for now. It's totally fine. If you're not into all these slurs yet, you're not there yet, but you want to try anyway, you can even use separate bows. All right, so those of you who are into finger numbers, here you go. A string, low 2. Open A, low 2. Open E, low 3. And that's low 2, not low 3. And then 3. And that's the first part of the lick. And that last note is your downbeat, by the way. So everything here is pickup notes. All right, now for this really long up bow. This is a lot of notes. We're not even done with the notes that are going to be on this up bow. Whole lot of notes on an up bow. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to note names here. We're going to play up bow, G, E, D, C, A. Let's start with that. You may be recognizing this. It's coming straight out of the A minor pentatonic scale. Now we go to G, E, G, and now A, but with the pinky. We want to stay on that D string. So these are all the notes so far that we have on the up bow. Pretty crazy. We're not even done with the up bow yet. You can't play this super slow and all in one bow. Well, maybe you can. If you can, post a video. Let me know. Drop it down in the comments. Some of you out there might be able to do it. But at this tempo, it's okay to not try to fit all these notes into a single up bow. All right, still not done with the lick, but I'm going to come back and catch those of you who are doing the finger numbers here. So we're going to play low 2 on the E. Open E, A string 3, low 2, open A. Now D string 3, 1, 3, and then pinky, 4th finger. Almost gave you mandolin fret numbers there. All right, now we're still not completely there. We've got some more notes left to do, but let's go over the part we have so far. So we have the down bow, now up bow. Now this last note here, I stopped there for a reason. This is a note that's really important. This is another downbeat note that we want to be aware of. It is a landmark note for making this work. And as I mentioned at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how to make sense of this so that you can actually use it and come up with your own ideas. So here we go one more time. Down bow, up bow. All right, now we're going to go for the last of the notes. So I'll give you the note names first. That's D string 3. Oh, wait, that's not a note name. G, E, D. That's open there. Now G string, C, A, G, and A. Still all up bow there. That means our up bow section sounds like this. All right, so for those of you who are doing finger numbers, that's going to be still on the up bow. We're playing 3, 1, open, 3 on the G, 1, open, 1. This is really cool. So when you put it together, it sounds like this. Now for starters, you should just practice getting those notes together. Don't worry about if it sounds like a completely professional thing or if the notes last the right amount of time or anything. Don't worry about that. Get the notes together and just remember there's 2 notes that are a big focus for us. There's this one right there and that one. And then finally the last note is a big focus for us as well. So you may want to pause here and practice this a little bit, or, I mean, it's YouTube. You could also just keep watching and practice later or practice while I'm talking. I don't care. So let's get into how you can understand this lick and use it. So for those of you who skipped ahead for this part, I hope you got it on the first try. And also sign up for Fiddle Chop Shop. It's going to be a lot of fun. Links down below. All right. So how to make sense of this lick. What you need to do is first identify where the downbeat's going to be on a lick like this. The way it works is we have a groove like this. And for those of you who wish you knew how to do this, this is going to be covered in the Fiddle Chop Shop. All right, so if the groove is going along like this, our lick's going to go. And there's these 3 points that are really important, those 3 notes we talked about. And I'm going to show you where they land. They land here, here, here. Everybody try that. 1, 2, 3, go. That was a high A note, 3 on the E string. The 7 on the, that's mandolin. 4 on the D, that's an A note. Up bow, and then up bow. I played this as a down bow earlier, I think. For this part, it doesn't matter a whole lot, but you might as well go ahead and practice up bow here, an A note down low. That's 1 on the G. So now we've got, let's try it. Go. Again. One more time. Now, to put it together, you just follow that rhythm. Make sure those 3 notes are where they need to be. And then you put the other notes in between. Now I'm going to lead you a couple more times on this for practice. I'm going to play it once with those 3 notes. Then I'm going to play some backup for you to try it. 3, 4. 3 again. You. All right, so now pause here or play along. We talked about this already. Do whatever you want to do. You're on YouTube in your free time. Hopefully in your free time. If you're at work, then just turn it down kind of low and play quietly. All right, so we're going to try putting those other notes in between. And the key here is you just cram all the rest of the notes in between that framework I just gave you. If you do that, you're going to be fine, as long as they fit in there somewhere. So for this part, you may want to use your YouTube slowdowner. It's not a bad idea because I'm going to keep up at the same pace. And I'm going to just start cramming those notes in. So I'm going to give you the 3 notes as an example first. Now with all the rest of the notes. 1, 2, go. And as you can hear, I'm not even playing it exactly the same every time. But it doesn't matter because these 3 notes are all in the right place. Now, as you do this, make sure you're putting an emphasis on those 3 notes, and it's going to give it a lot of punch in the right places. Now, if you're running out of bow, it may be because you're not up to speed yet, or it may be because you're using a lot of bow on every note. So try to conserve bow on the up bow. On the down bow, use all your bow. On the up bow, conserve. When you get to that last note, go ahead and use up whatever bow you've got left. Now, what's cool, too, is that you don't have to nail this. Like, I didn't play that one completely in tune. You don't even have to play all the right notes. Into the right place. Okay, maybe it has its limits, but still, you get my point. All right, so next, you just practice this a bunch till you get it down. Then, how do you use it? And how do you recreate this idea next time? Well, we talked about the rhythm that's being played here. And where the downbeat is. And as long as you know that, then you can throw it into something that has an A minor chord. So let's say it's Wayfaring Stranger traveling through this world of woe. And there you go. You just throw it in. You start it on a downbeat when the A minor chord's happening, and you play the lick, and when you're done, you just hope you landed it. And even if you don't, it usually is probably still going to be pretty good. All right, so how do you create licks like this of your own then? What you need to do is you find some notes that are in the chord you're playing. In this case, all 3 of these landmark notes I gave you, those are all A notes played over an A minor chord. So you find notes that are going to be your fence posts, and you're going to put all the other stuff in between it. And these fence post notes they are going to match the chord that you're playing. You figure out where you want those to be, and then just cram in whatever amount of notes in between you want to use. Just make sure that those notes come from the scale that fits the key you're in. Here, all the notes I'm playing actually just come from the A minor pentatonic scale, and I'm in A minor. So it's that easy to get started with it. Then you just have to noodle with it till you get something you like. Try making one up, and it's going to be a big challenge at first. By the time you've made up 10, you're going to start to get pretty good at it. Once you've made up 20 or 30 even, then you'll just do this type of stuff all the time without even thinking about it. But you don't need 20 or 30. Really, if you can have a couple licks that go, then you've got plenty, because you don't want to sound like that all the time. You want to just bring that out when you really want something that creates a really cool, positive sort of a feeling. In this case, I feel like it's a really positive sounding lick. It's not really dark sounding to me. And it's one of those licks that if you can play this without raising a shoulder or doing this, then I don't know what to tell you. All right, reach out if you have questions, everybody. Ask questions down in the comments. And a lot of you, we know each other. You know where to find me. A bunch of you just finished up Kaufman Camp and finished up the Be a Mandolin Kickoff Hero class. Hello to all of you. Welcome back. And a lot of you watch my videos every week. Thank you so much for that. For those of you who are new, if you liked this and you want more, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button. If you're watching on Facebook, follow this page there. And I will see you all in the next video. I didn't even quite land that one, but it didn't matter. All right, sign up for the Chop Shop.